machine learning to identify students in need. Introducing the Student Success Center. After interviewing the Student Success Center, we found out that their mission is to help every student. As of now, they don't use a large amount of machine learning or analytics, but they are taking steps to do so in the future. One of those steps is that they work as a team to encompass a diverse staff to help the diverse student population that exists at this university. This information is gathered from the in-house software that is used at the University of Washington.
We interviewed an admissions advisor here at the University of Washington. They were able to give us a lot of insight into how the admissions process works from an analytical standpoint.
When students apply to the university, they are placed in a large database that is shared between all three campuses. From there, the application is separated into two categories: transfer students and first-year applicants. Transfer students, applying to a particular major, will get their application sent to their department for committee evaluation. First-year applicants, on the other hand, is a bit different. Two admission advisors evaluate the student, and if their opinions conflict, it is then sent to a general admissions committee to avoid bias. And that is pretty much it for admissions.
Thanks, guys. For my part, I looked into interviewing the Learning Technologies department to find out what software they use and how they handle the data gathered. What do they do exactly? Let's find out.
So we work with faculty and staff in implementing learning technologies in the classroom, anything that's used for teaching and learning, and as well as supporting innovative processes, research and trying out new tools and ways, and applying things, helping everyone, and also doing research ourselves on how to best apply those technologies for student learning. So Compass is our learning management system that we use here at Bethel. It gathers information for basic grading, for teaching, but it also might help instructors be able to sometimes make adjustments just in time, perhaps to their content or the way they're teaching, to help students. We're humans, right? And as humans, sometimes we form, preconceived notions of people, even names, So we have very few fully online classes here, so most of our classes are either fully face-to-face with some Canvas or other online tool activity, or hybrid with reduced face-to-face time. There aren't per se any programmed safeguards against biases, but we're always promoting best practices for faculty. So we promote looking at the content genetically and looking at what the actions of the students versus the student, him or herself, to see what the best action it is for whatever, positive or negative. I believe so, and yes, and that covers so many fields and so many areas. But when it comes to learning, the science and the tools are not there yet, but they're getting better. And one thing about that is that it helps gather up a lot of analytics. That for a person to do that manual, that would be way too much work, and it could be very, very inaccurate. But if you have something gathering data all the time, you can really examine it and see if the student is showing more activity, less activity, and then maybe that may prompt, maybe I need to touch base with that student and see what's going on. How can I help that? So maybe they're just not understanding, right? That type of thing. So it brings things to light in a faster way than without it.
All right.
So.
Cool.
Okay.
Just stop recording now. During our interviews, we also conducted a survey to figure out general opinions on machine learning. We found students between ages 21 to 28 with different majors for a more representative view on machine learning. Now, in general, students know a bit about what machine learning encompasses, and more than half are concerned about it being used during the admissions process, whereas the opposite is true if machine learning were used for student services. There's also some lenience for Canvas being used to analyze schoolwork. But in general, students do agree that despite its benefits, machine learning does need to be governed by the people that created them in the first place. With so many possibilities, machine learning promises to advance our day-to-day lives, from self-driving cars to delivery drones. But remember that with every new technology comes great responsibility to maintain its integrity, lest it lead to unforeseen consequences.